for the whole Madakabang. Here is a battery we repaired about 1.5 years ago, and the customer requested a Smart BMS. We do not offer Smart BMS anymore because there is a big drawback, but the customer insisted and we still had a few 36 volt Smart BMS in stock. So we agreed to install a Smart BMS so that she could monitor the battery on the phone. Now the battery is dead. Any guesses to why the battery is dead? If you have a battery with a Smart BMS, most likely you have it with a Bluetooth function so it can communicate with the phone and not a PC link. And Bluetooth is notorious for drawing a lot of power. In a battery pack like this, there are usually 40 or 50 cells. It's 40 or 50 times more capacity than in a smartphone. And you know, if you have your Bluetooth on for one day, it will totally drain your battery, even if you're not using the phone. The same with e-bikes, but instead of it taking one day to drain your phone's battery life, it will take 40 to 50 days to drain the whole e-bike battery. So even if you leave it fully charged after 40 or 50 days, the Bluetooth module will have drawn a lot, maybe all of the power in the battery pack. Yeah, if there's low voltage in the BMS, it will shut off discharging until you charge it, but will not shut off the Bluetooth signal. It will keep going, and that is the same for all Bluetooth Smart BMS I've ever seen, both do-it-yourself and commercial. Sweden's biggest bike and e-bike seller, Crescent, had a terrible year last year because they installed Bluetooth on all their batteries in the Filion line, and they've had endless of dead batteries, several thousands, maybe in the tens of thousands, and they will have to give the customer a new battery because it's the first year and they're under warranty. So stop using Bluetooth Smart BMS. It's so stupid. Only if you do it yourself and want to monitor the battery and use the e-bike every single day, so you can see how the battery is doing, then maybe it's a good thing. But for the majority of all users, Smart BMS Bluetooth in an e-bike is simply premature death. I haven't even measured this, but she cannot connect to the app. I'm measuring no voltage. I think it's too low to save. So we will go ahead and check the voltage. And the thing, it usually drains the battery pack down to about 3 or 4 volts. And that is because this runs on 5 volts like most electronics. And when the voltage goes too low, like 3 or 4 volts, it can no longer function and therefore turns off itself. But in a smartphone, 3 to 4 volts, that's usually acceptable because you can charge it up again. In an e-bike, 3 to 4 volts means a dead battery, and that's not 3 to 4 per cell. 3 to 4 volts for the whole Madakabang. So we're gonna measure directly in the GST, positive and negative. 2.4 volts, meaning the battery is completely dead. It has been drawn down to less than 3 volts by the Bluetooth module. If you have this kind of setup, you can do one thing when the battery needs to rest, maybe for the winter. We have long winters in Sweden, maybe 4 months where there's snow and most people don't use their e-bikes. You can unplug it and it will not be able to activate the Bluetooth. So if you have Bluetooth, remove this when you're not using the battery for more than 30 days and always leave the battery fully charged, and have a reminder on your phone to check the battery voltage at least once every month. Then you maybe need to connect this again or just push the indicator. We do not recommend Smart BMS unless you're crazy.